Last time. The Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods. After centuries of division, Qin began to overpower the other 6 states. In 246 BC, a 13-year-old boy ascended the throne of Qin. History Episode 27. Classical Era. The Qin Dynasty and Qin Shi Huang. Part 1. A Boy King's Era. Accession and Personal Rule. His name was Ying Zheng. In his early reign, Chancellor Liu Bovai held the real power. Some later records suggest Liu Bovai was his biological father, though this claim may reflect political bias. Around age 22, Ying Zheng began ruling directly, removing rival factions. He relied on capable officials, such as Li Si, while preparing a strongly centralized state. With his throne secure, his next target was the 6 remaining states. Part 2. Swallowing 6 states. The Wars of Unification. In 230 BC, Qin conquered the nearby state of Han, beginning the Wars of Unification. Zhao fell in 228 BC, followed by Wei in 225 BC. Chu was vast and militarily powerful. Qin conquered it only after an earlier campaign ended in a major setback. Chu fell in 223 BC, and Yen was conquered the following year. In 221 BC, the last remaining state, Qi, surrendered, ending the Wars of Unification. In just a decade, all 6 rival states had fallen. For the first time, the 7 major warring states were brought together under a single centralized empire. Behind this conquest lay the sacrifice of countless soldiers and common people. Part 3. One Realm Under Heaven. The Emperor's Reforms. Ying Zheng created the new title, Huangdi, or Emperor, and called himself the first emperor. He extended Qin's system across the empire, with centrally appointed officials replacing local nobles. He standardized weights, measures, currency, and script, unifying what had varied by state. He standardized the distance between cartwheels, known as the axle gauge. The same wheel gauge made travel across the empire easier. These unifying policies would leave a deep mark on the course of later Chinese history. But all these changes were enforced by strong central power and strict law. For ordinary people, unification brought convenience, but also unfamiliar and burdensome control. Part 4. Power left in stone and earth. Monumental building projects. Qin Shi Huang ordered earlier northern walls to be connected and reinforced. This became an early predecessor of the later Great Wall. Hundreds of thousands are said to have been mobilized for this work. Many laborers are believed to have died under the harsh conditions. Around 212 BC, construction began on the vast Ipang Palace near Xinyang. But it was never completed. He began preparing his mausoleum early in his reign. The vast complex still stands in present-day Shanxi. Thousands of life-sized terracotta soldiers and horses were buried within the wider mausoleum complex. These terracotta warriors were only discovered by chance in 1974, by farmers digging a well. All these massive undertakings show just how absolute one emperor's power had become. Part 5. Shadows of Rule. Control and Anxiety. In 213 BC, Qin Shi Huang had many privately held histories and philosophical texts burned. Qin's own records and practical works, such as medicine and agriculture, were exempted. Records claim hundreds were executed the next year, though identities and scale remain disputed. He faced assassination attempts before and after unification, fearing threats to his life. He pursued immortality, sending alchemists across the land to find an elixir of eternal life. Some elixirs he may have consumed could have contained mercury compounds, though whether they directly caused his death remains uncertain. Despite holding absolute power, he is often portrayed as a man consumed by constant anxiety. Part 6. Collapsing like a flood. Death and Downfall. In 210 BC, Qin Shi Huang died while on a tour of the provinces. His death was kept secret while the procession returned to the capital. During that time, Zhao Gao and Li Si are said to have altered the succession. His youngest son, Huang, became the second emperor. But Zhao Gao soon dominated the court, and the regime destabilized. In 209 BC, Chen Sheng and Wu Guang, leaders of conscripted soldiers, launched a revolt. Anger over harsh laws and forced labor had finally erupted. This uprising set off revolts everywhere, even among descendants of the old Six States. In 207 BC, Qin's last ruler, Ziying, surrendered, effectively ending Qin rule less than 15 years after unification. Why such a powerful empire collapsed so quickly would remain a question for historians for centuries. After Qin fell, the Chu-Han contention followed, and in 202 BC, the Han Dynasty rose, retaining much of Qin's framework. Next time, we turn to the Han Dynasty and the Silk Road. The Han became a longer-lasting empire that inherited much of Qin's framework. By the 2nd century BC, routes toward Central Asia began to expand.